Delhi, we have covered Chennai, we have covered Ahmedabad, and we said that we are going to cover the most important financial capital and the maritime capital today, on an early day when elections are being declared. Thank you. Can we have the clip, please?
Pride and privilege to welcome all of you, and I'm so happy to see most of my old friends and of course some new friends which I've just been introduced to, and I'm very happy and delighted to see that we have all the major associations, the Office Association of India, Bombay Chamber of Commerce, Indo-French Chamber of Commerce, and the Consular Corps, and we're also very soon expecting the port officials and the Deputy Chairman of the port. You've just seen a brief clip that was 2 minutes of entertainment. I'll just elaborate on that just to put the whole subject into context.
And thank you very much to so many of you for being with us tonight. I'm personally very happy to be here with you tonight. And it's my first time in India, and one thing that I'm sure it's not my last time. I come back in a beautiful country. Should it be for business or for pleasure, but I will. As said, it's the 4th leg of a 4-leg roadshow, 4th and last. We've been for a week in India to give fresh information on how things are moving in our port system, and things are moving. For those who were there 2 years ago, you will see how things are moving in the good direction. HAROPA comes, it's my first time, but it's not the first time for HAROPA. We come here every 2 years, since now 10 years. Why do we come so often in your country? Because obviously India and France are partners. India and HAROPA are partners. They are partners in trade. Europe is the first global partner of India in terms of trade. And within Europe, France is among the 6 major suppliers of India within the European Union. You have the figures of the evolution of this trade. Also partners in terms of investments. France is number 3 of foreign investors in India. The big firms, all the big firms, 38 out of the 40 biggest firms in France are based in India. And more than that, 1,000 French companies are based in their subsidiaries in India, and they employ more than 300,000 people, staff in India. So these are the 2 reasons why we can say, why your president could say when our president came in India, that France is one of India's oldest, closest and most reliable partner.
Mainly regarding container activities, I think today shippers, forwarder, logisticians are looking to the container shipping service, what will be the offer to multimodal transport, customs, but I will let Laurence deals with that subject, and also logistics on real estate, on land for platform and logistic activities. So, as our chairman has mentioned, you will have in HAROPA a premium container shipping service. We are connecting with 600 ports. We have more than 60 shipping container lines calling HAROPA, and we have 3,700 commercial offers. It was not the case even 5, 6, 7 years ago. So it shows the confidence of shipping companies who have reinforced their services
Gentlemen, I'm very pleased to be with you here tonight in Mumbai, this really beautiful city. Well, the main objective of French customs is to facilitate legitimate trade. So, in France, only customs declarations with identified risks are controlled. So the physical control concerns very few declarations. And our system is called data system. With this system, the customs clearance are available 24 hours a day on 70 days a week. So goods are cleared in less than 5 minutes. We also provide management support and coaching. We provide free information and advice. We provide AEO lab. And we have also customs tools to secure your HS code, the origin and the value of the goods.
Quite hard to go after a wide offer of services by HAROPA and French customs that help trade. Most of you will take a cup of coffee and say, what else? And there is something else, the port community system. Before speaking about it, I will just introduce Sojet, my company, because the past is really linked to customs and port authority, because everything starts in 1983. Where the community asked themselves how we can be better and how we can work together better. So they create a private-public partnership with the port of Le Havre in order to create a special purpose vehicle to operate the system and develop it. Fourth generation of port community system later, we're now in 2015. Sojet became the world leader of port community system with implementation in the Caribbean, West Africa, and little in Southeast Asia, maybe more in a few years, I hope. And we also helped to create an international port community system association that was European a few years ago and now became international due to the growth of the PCS market. And as here to help and standardize the PCS over the world and also make sensitization session to explain exactly what we do. We is really oriented on logistics and on the future of logistics, how it will work in 20 and 50 years. And it's a group of PhD people that work hard on it. Now something that you may have heard 4 times now, that we are #1 at the World Bank doing business indicator trading across border. It's due to the performance of the port, obviously, but also to the wide range of system that we have and the collaboration of the system, the port community system on Sojet side, the port management information system from HAROPA.
Currently carrying containers all across the globe. As far as the key figures of CMA-CGM is concerned, we operate out of 420 ports of calls across the world, with over 600 agency network offices and 536 vessels, and with an intake capacity of 2.4 million TEUs. All this is possible with a dedicated staff of over 29,000 across the globe. As far as the group is concerned, in India, we are a one-stop shop for all the shipping needs of our customers. How do we accomplish this? We have the shipping division, where we have the brands of CMA-CGM line. We have the APL line.
Organizers, Captain Avinash Batra, CMS Group, Captain Ram Iyer and the team for inviting me here. MSC's association with HAROPA has been long and has been very, very fruitful and a success both to HAROPA as well as to MSC. Many of you may not know that MSC actually owns a terminal, container terminal, in the hub, which we invested in 2010 and is doing extremely well. We may have to probably go in for a slightly larger terminal in the future because this terminal is now starting to become a little small for us. That is our success, and that is the success of HAROPA in giving a seamless service thanks to the ports.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thanks a lot to HAROPA to give us opportunity to be here and being a part of this convention. And I'm going to introduce what Bolloré is, and recently it's rebranded. Earlier, which was known as SDV, Saga, Sujetra, and so on. So now it's rebranded as Bolloré Logistics. Bolloré Logistics is one of the leading companies. It's one of the top 500 companies in the world with the turnover around 11 billion euro. It's listed in Paris Stock Exchange. The main business what Bolloré has is electronic storage. That's electronic storage, communications, and logistics and transportation, which I belong to.
A delegation from HAROPA Ports, Captain Batra, Captain Ayyar, and my dear friends. It's my pleasure to address such an august gathering today, and many of us have taken time from our busy schedules to discover the benefits of HAROPA, which is our European partner solutions, and especially in a market which is getting more and more competitive, we are trying to find out different ways of meeting our customers' demands.
For the graveyard shift, so I think it is just me standing in between you guys and the reception, I think. So we'll try to make this as quick as possible. Ram has already introduced me. My name is Geeta Uppan. I work for Reliance Industries. I've had close to about 2 decades of experience in the shipping industry itself before joining and moving over to the customer side. So, Reliance Industries, this is at a glance. Most of you are already aware a lot about Reliance Industries. It's been in the news and in the media of late very often. We have a diversified portfolio in the petrochemical industry in terms of exploration of oil and gas, petrochemicals, and the latest kid on the block, the trending Geo-Infocom. We've made record history as of yesterday with about 100 million subscribers in close to about 170 days, which is a very, very memorable day for us.